Fairway Gardens. The last time we talked about our greenhouse production, hey, we were talking about some asparagus ferns we're going to put in our patio pots. Well, we love asparagus ferns, and we kind of want to show you the process of them moving from a small container to a larger container into the final product of a hanging basket. And that's what we got right here. So come on over here. What Grant's working on is we got these asparagus ferns and small little plugs about this big, about 2 months ago, and they came up wrapped up in a newspaper from New York. And what we did, we planted them these called 1801s, this little inserts with the potting soil we like to use, and eventually they get up to this size. And so when they get up to about this size, and we notice a lot of roots coming out, and it's late January, we better do something with these puppies, because one thing is that they're ready to go somewhere. And so we get them out and we kind of see their roots. What we like to do is a little bit of root bound going on, a little bit of circling of roots. We like kind of just get a little break. Did you hear that pop? Nice. And so we're gonna come over here, we got some hanging baskets. We're already growing 200 of these, but they're looking so good. We think, man, we're gonna need another 50 of them. So we like to make them nice and full. So what we like to do is we like to put 3 of these into one hanging basket. Again, kind of just pinched off the top, the bottom of the container, kind of give them a little rip, trying to tell the roots where to go. And then boom, our boy Grant right here is gonna be planting them in here. He's gonna put hangers on here. We're gonna move them right over here, and there they go, right back there at the grow house where we showed you last time in the roses. And so they can handle really cooler temperatures, so we can grow them on a cooler level, and that's all we like about them. We can grow them in an environment where we don't have to heat it so much, and so that's all about cost effectiveness. Another project we're working on is that we love this begonia that came out really nice, and it's a variety that we really enjoy having. And so we had some hanging baskets of it from last year's, and we planted it the same way. And we're coming over here and we're doing a little plug tray of it. And so sometimes we make our own vegetative cuttings. This is just for in-store use. We're not selling these, but what we like to do is we like to be able to go down the stem, get a healthy chunk of it. We have about 4 to 6 nodes. What's a node? That's later for another video, but for the most part, it's just where an intersection is with the side of the stem. We want about 4 to 6 of them, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4. We kind of hit it in a 45-degree angle. We put a little rooting hormone in it, just like that. And what that helps with fungus, and also helps the development of roots. We got this little 72 count plug tray from last year. We put some potting soil down. I like to wet it down real heavily and hard, and then I go through and I'm just gonna poke something in there. Just a little poke, 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 poke it up, poke it up, poke it all the way down, poke, poke, poke. Okay, we're doing that. Get a little rooting hormone, and then boom, we put them in here, and so we'll have 72 of these. Once these root, that's great, man. They'll be rooted from the bottom, and we can insert them into this quart-sized tray. It's gonna take about 4 weeks for it to happen. And how we increase the level of rooting is that we'll try to create an environment of 100% humidity. And how we do that is A, we'll be in a greenhouse, B, we make a greenhouse within a greenhouse. And that's what we like about these little guys. These are cool little structures that you can put on top of a plug tray. They have little inserts where you can open and close the sides, and you kind of just mist in here and keep it closed and allow the humidity to act as an internal greenhouse. You take this and put it in the back of the grow house, and we'll start a little propagation. Hey, so we're here in greenhouse 3. This is like a grow house, and this is our hot house. And so some hot things that we have to keep our heating up to, and one of those things is some bougainvilleas. As we got these bougainvillea cuttings from South America back in November. We potted them up, and we just recently trimmed them back and gave them a little dose of iron. It tend to get a little chlorotic, but they're looking nice now. They're bracts, if you may, not really the flowers, but they're bracts. They're opening up nice and pink. We got some different varieties we're really pumped up about here. Over here, of course, is our dew plant. This is all through propagation. Dew plant's a very popular plant here. You can see the process of the cuttings, and when they finally start taking root, boom, they just take off, you know what I'm saying? So this is a great plant. Once they get up to a cup size, we'll jump up and move them up into a hanging basket. And then when summertime comes, springtime comes, it's ready for the ladies, you know what I'm saying? It's ready for their pots. Or whoever, it's ready for my house if I want to buy one, because they are great by swimming pools. Dew plant, bougainvillea, together make a great mixture. We'll go over here real quick. We just talked about our propagating of our begonias. We'll show our little propagation table. And so I know we all don't live in a greenhouse, but this is something we can really do. And you can see that there's humidity gathered inside them. So here there are some begonias we did last week. They look like they're doing really good. They look like they've been having a lot of humidity in there. We'll get another 10 days, and hopefully we can have a little bit of root jump down to the bottom of that. And once they've rooted to the bottom of the container, we'll bust them up and put them in a larger container. We have a little coleus we did right here. We try a little ivy geranium we can do right here. So we try to propagate some plants with our own experimentations the best we can, and that way we don't have to use plugs for in-store use. All right, so you can see a little bit more vegetative cuttings we're doing around here. Some irisine, some lantana, a little slow going. purple fountain grass, really cool. Here's some blackberries that we got in. New leaves are starting to come out. These guys came off of a stem propagation. You basically just get a stem at a certain time of year of a certain plant, and you pot it up and it'll create roots. Right now we've got some blackberries. We've got some Swedish ivy, very, very easy to propagate. You can see right below us, we've got another thing of Swedish ivy, very easy to propagate. Purple Jew, very easy to propagate. So that's just a little bit of our propagation that we'll show you today, man. Stay tuned and we'll keep on bringing more little episodes towards your way.